Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. My daughter wanted to adopt a cat. This was before I knew that I was severely allergic to cats. And so we contacted the woman who said she would meet us at the place where they do the adoptions. And she was really excited that the cats would get a wonderful home. And we show up, and she looks at us, and she's like, "Who are you?" And my daughter was like, "I'm the one that was giving me the cat." And the woman was like, "No, we're done with adoptions today. You come back next week." And my daughter looked at me and was like, What just happened?" I was like, "You know what just happened." The next week we go back and it's the same thing. "Oh, those cats are gone. Sorry." And the next week, we finally had to go somewhere else. The same happens very often when we go for rescuing a dog, that the color of our skin somehow determines or dictates what we can do, and that we won't be fair and that we won't be loving to this animal we're trying to rescue. I know that, adoption, some groups want to see your home, they want to see your income, they want to see your tax records. And it gets really frustrating to be treated by animal rescue folks the same way I'm treated at a bank. You all know that I lost my Othello last month, and this time last year we lost Bella also. Um, Bella had been with us about 10 years. Othello had been with us for 18. Sometimes when older family members would come to visit, we'd have to put our dogs away. We'd have to put them up in one of the bedrooms because so many of our older black brothers and sisters remember a time when dogs were used to attack them. Police dogs and tracker dogs and somebody's junkyard dog have been trained against us. And yet I'm from a dog family. My mother didn't like cats, and something that happened to her when she was a child, and so um, she decided she didn't like cats. But my sister Myrna had this beautiful Siamese cat. And even when we were too poor to eat ourselves, if a dog followed us home, my mother would gather up scraps and whatever else she could find and start singing, "Save the bones for Henry Jones, 'cause Henry don't eat no meat." And yet here we are with this twisted, convoluted idea that the folks who love an animal are the ones who should be suspect. Sure, you can come up with that example of that famous athlete who did those horrible things to dogs. But there are horrible folks in every race. In fact, we know those who are serial killers start with animals. And yet I find it twisted that the people who somehow survived the attacks of dogs would come to love them so much and still be suspect when we go to rescue them. We have to do better. We're going to do better. But the next time I walk into a shelter, and I'm held and regarded with some kind of suspicion, I won't be silent. And there will be signs and picketing and everything at an animal shelter, because it's time for us to get beyond this. I love you.